Hey guys, so today I have a very exciting video. I'm going to be talking about all of the books coming out in 2019 that I am excited for. When I was looking up all of these books that are coming out, I just can't wait for next year. It's going to be so good. So I'm going to be talking about these books kind of roughly in the order that they're coming out throughout the year. The first book coming out that I'm looking forward to is coming out in February, and it is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. This is a YA contemporary novel, and of course Angie Thomas was the author that wrote The Hate You Give, which was one of my favourite books of this year. It's so good, really moving. This one is about a girl that wants to be a rapper, but her family is going through a lot of hardship. So definitely looking forward to this one. The next book that I'm looking forward to is called The Red Scrolls of Magic. This is by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. This is the first book in the Eldest Curses series. It is of course a YA fantasy novel. It's coming out in April. This one is part of the Shadowhunters world, so if you're not familiar with that, it's like the Mortal Instruments books, the Infernal Devices, the Dark Artificers. It's part of that world. But this series follows Magnus, who is a warlock, and Alec, who is a shadow hunter. They're a couple, and this series is going to follow them. So I'm really looking forward to it. Cannot wait for this book. It says that they're going on a trip kind of around the world, but the world won't leave them alone. Very much looking forward to this one. The next book I'm looking forward to also comes out in April, and it is called Serious Moonlight by Jen Bennett. It is a YA contemporary romance. This one is about a guy and a girl that have an awkward first encounter, and then they realize that they have to work at the same hotel for the summer. But there is some kind of mystery going on as well. There's a reclusive author that's staying at the hotel, and I guess they might band together to find out what's going on with this author. So it sounds really good. The cover is beautiful, and I loved Jen Bennett's other book that I read this year, so definitely excited for this one. The next book comes out in May, and it's called Deviate by Jay Kristoff. This is the second book in the Lifelike series, so it's the sequel to Lifelike, which came out this year, which I read and really enjoyed. Jay Kristoff, of course, is part of, well, he's one of the authors that wrote the Illuminae series, which is really good. So this one similarly is a YA sci-fi series. I won't tell you what this book is about so much, except that I can tell you it's from Lemon's perspective. If you've read the first book, Lemon was our main character. It was her best friend. So basically in the first book, so much happens in that book, I don't even really know what to say for a synopsis, but basically there's a girl called Eve. She's kind of on the run, and she comes across an android boy. So that's all I'll say about it. If you want to know more about Lifelike, I will link my review of that first book in the info bar down below, so you can check it out and see if you might want to get caught up with that one for the release of Deviate as well. The last couple books on my list I am extremely excited about. One of them is coming out in August, and it is called Pumpkinheads. It's written by Rainbow Rowell and illustrated by Faith Erin Hicks. This is a YA contemporary graphic novel, which is very exciting. I love Rainbow Rowell as an author. She's one of my favorite authors, and just the fact that this is a graphic novel, the art from the cover, as far as I can see, it looks beautiful, so I really can't wait for this one. It's about two friends that are kind of seasonal friends. They get together once a year to run a pumpkin patch together, but this is going to be their last year doing that because they're seniors in high school and they're going to be like moving on to college and things, I guess. So this is, yeah, they want to go out with a bang and make it like a fun last adventure together. The final book that I'm looking forward to, that's meant to be coming out in 2019, there's no exact date for it yet. There's not a month specified that I can see. It was meant to be coming out in 2020, but it has been announced it's supposed to be coming out in 2019 now, which is very exciting, and it is The Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. This is the second book in the Simon Snow series, which when we all read Carry On, which is the first book in that series, I think none of us expected it to be a series, so this is extremely exciting. This got announced quite a while ago that this book was coming out, and I just am dying of excitement. I was going to say it sounds so good, but we don't actually know anything about it yet. There's no synopsis or anything, so yes, I'm just dying of excitement over this book. It is a YA fantasy novel, if you're wondering. If you haven't read Carry On yet, you need to. It's really good. It's essentially about a boy that goes to a wizard school. He's a wizard, and his roommate, he suspects that his roommate is a vampire. There's a bit of romance in it as well, which is fantastic, as you'd expect with Rainbow Rowell, and it was just brilliant. So I'm really excited that there's a sequel coming out. Those are all of the books that I'm looking forward to that are coming out in 2019. If you're looking forward to any of these as well, let me know, because I cannot wait to read them and tell you guys what I think of them in 2019. If you want to friend me on Goodreads to keep up with when I read these books eventually, you can do that. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I will see you guys with another video in a couple of days. Bye.